Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right into this one. Yep, Milroe has made a decision. He's heading to the NFL. And we're going to talk about Tim Banks. Is he looking for a pay raise or is he thinking something else? We're going to talk all about that. Now, Jaylen Milroe has had a tough season. He just flat out has. And it doesn't shock me. If you'll remember, before Kalen DeBoer took the job, I really felt like Jaylen was not the right fit for this offense. And we talked quite a bit about it. I showed you two different charts. This one was passing. As you can see, Milroe wasn't anywhere close to the quarterbacks that Kalen DeBoer had before in Hainer and Penix Jr. And, of course, Milroe's a running quarterback. And he was used to getting a lot of yards on the ground, whereas Kalen DeBoer had these guys who got almost no yardage running the ball. So he was used to having a quarterback that was very accurate, had great timing, and could read defenses really quickly. That's not what Milroe does best. What he does is run the ball. He's a great dual threat guy. He throws a nice deep pass, but when it comes to touch, when it comes to timing, accuracy, those are not his strengths. So the offense that Kalen DeBoer has been running for years is not really fit for Milroe. But DeBoer decided to go ahead and make it work with him, and I don't think that was the good decision for either party. And I can tell you the Alabama folks, they didn't want him to come back.
For my Alabama Crimson Tide, under Coach Kalen DeBoer, how bad do a player have to play to not get benched? Well, guess what? Old KB got the answer to that. Just play like Milroe. No matter how bad you play, you won't get benched. Just play like Milroe. What Alabama fans had to endure today was a damn shame, a disgrace, a total embarrassment. You want to talk about any team embarrassing the SEC? Well, Alabama did it, and they didn't even embarrass the SEC in a playoff game. A regular old run-of-the-mill bowl game that don't mean nothing. They still managed to embarrass the entire SEC.
Yeah, Kangaroo, he's tried to be on Milroe's side, but it's been difficult. And they're not used to losing like this. Look, when Nick Saban's been your coach for 15 plus years, or was it 17 years, whatever the crap, I try to forget about it. You're not used to having anything like this. They finished 9-4. That is the equivalent of most teams going 5-7 or worse. So they're not happy. Here's what Matt thinks about it.
When you've got the freshman, a 17-year-old freshman at that, looking back at the quarterback like, come on, man, you've been off all day. You can't throw one decent pass. He didn't say that, but if you saw that play, you know what I'm talking about. That's what he wanted to say, and that's what he was saying with his body language. Like, you saw his face. I was the same way watching, like, dang, man. It was a 5-yard out route. If you can't complete that, I don't know what to tell you. Alabama did not lose this game. Jaylen Milroe lost this game. And I mean that in the harshest way possible.
Yeah, Matt didn't mince words on that one. That's not far from where a lot of people are with this. So I think he made the right decision of declaring for the NFL, and somebody's going to pick him up. He'll probably go late in the first round, maybe middle. If I had to guess, no worse than second round. When you can run like he can, every coach up there is thinking, well, I can teach him how to read a defense, or I can, help him with his accuracy, et cetera, because he's dangerous as crap. He's probably the best running quarterback in the country. And here's one final piece of kind of where the YouTubers are when it comes to Alabama and Jaylen Milroe.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to protect anyone. You can call me a hater. I've been called a hater throughout the year, but Jaylen Milroe was the reason, one of the main reasons Alabama lost this game. 3 back-to-back-to-back turnovers that led to Michigan points that was ultimately what decided the game. Inexcusable.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any question. This is a good decision. And I'm happy for him. I think they'll be happy that he's going to the NFL, and he's going to make good money. There'll be no problem there. And they've got plenty of quarterbacks down there. They got the Ty Simpson guy that came out of Tennessee. He's been waiting around, and he's got a great arm. And they've got other guys down there too. So there'll be no trouble finding a quarterback for them. And probably one that will fit DeBoer's offense better, honestly. So I think it's a win-win, him going to the NFL. It's just not the right offense for him. It's not.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Now we're going to talk about Tim Banks. Now, Tim had a great year for Tennessee this year as the defensive coordinator. Tennessee was in the top 5 in defense the whole year around. And unfortunately, because the way we ended versus Ohio State, which who's going to stop them? Honestly, unless you've got like a couple of 5-star corners, 5-star safeties, you're going to have a real tough time with that offense. You just are. So I think that game hurt Tim Banks as far as becoming a head coach, which is what I expected to happen at the end of this season. I thought, somebody's going to pick him up as a HC, and that game hurt him. So now there's a couple teams interested in him as a defensive coordinator. Well, that's a sideways move. You rarely see that with a coordinator, especially one that's appreciated like he is here at Tennessee. So I'm wondering if he's not just, look, it's a way to get a pay raise. That's what I think it is, because it doesn't make any sense. The two teams that are interested in him are no better than Tennessee as far as, where NIL money is and all that kind of stuff. And the two teams that are interested would be Clemson and also Miami. Mario Cristobal, he's looking for a defensive coordinator. It says that Wes Goodwin will no longer be Clemson's defensive coordinator, so Dabo's going to be looking. Now, Miami likes to throw money around, but they're not just totally loaded. It's not some ridiculous amount of money. They're probably in a similar ballpark to Tennessee. Clemson, Dabo's not going to just throw tons of money at a coordinator. I just don't see it. They really miss Brent Venables, who is now to Oklahoma. They miss that guy bad. What a great defensive coordinator he was for Clemson for years. But you can't keep a great defensive coordinator forever. If Tim Banks continues like he is, he'll be a head coach one day at a probably Division I big-time school. But I think he'll stay at Tennessee. If it's an issue of money, Tennessee will match. That shouldn't be a problem. And this is just, look, it's an opportunity to up your pay because defensive coordinators can get tossed to the side very easily, and they don't have the golden parachutes that head coaches have. Kalen DeBoer, you know what his payoff is? If you fire him right now, $70 million. That's right, 70 big ones. Not little ones, big ones. So if you're a defensive coordinator and you've had a great year or a really, really good one, you need to get your Benjamin squared away. And I think that's what Tim Banks is doing, if I had to guess. If it's something else, I'd be shocked. So anyway, I'm not terribly concerned about Tim Banks leaving. If he does, it can't be money because they'll match. Tennessee will match. I'm not terribly concerned about it at this point in time, but, that could change, but I kind of doubt it. Anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, 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 hit this little button right here. Won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on your viewing history. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.